Collect Call might be my favorite beat on the album. I think it's a tie. I think it's tied between Collect Call and Patience, and Patience is so cool that at least what went into making it. I'll get into more details with that one on tomorrow's video and everything, but dude, this one, I love this song. Like, the beat itself, it feels like a video game beat or something. Like I don't know, like an old PS2 video game, the do 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 do. That's not even what it is, but you can hear it in the background. You know what I'm talking about. Like, it's so cool. I really like, and I thought the bass line sounded really familiar to me. Like it. I can't think of it now, but boom, 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 boom. Hopefully I can match that up with, so you can hear it. So I don't know. It was cool. Okay, it was really cool, and I really liked making this one. As far as the writing goes, this one comes from a similar place that I think Not Enough Pages came from, where, it started as a way of me talking to God, but it kind of grew into a message to someone I don't get to connect with as often or as much as I used to. I hate to hit you back again suddenly and out of the blue. It represents both the anxiety I feel when running back to God as soon as times start feeling difficult, and how the communication with someone I care about has changed so much from where it once was. The idea that I love talking to you, and I can't wait to talk to you again. But I begin to notice that the majority of our conversations are incredibly heavy, or that they have this tension tied to them that makes it difficult to know how to navigate the relationship. Things didn't feel this way in the past, but due to circumstances and choices that have been made, in some ways everything is different. But still, the comfort of that comes from connecting again is just as warm as it always has been. It feels like making a collect call that part of me can't wait to make, but another part of me would almost be relieved if it weren't answered. The entire first verse to me, feels like discussing with God about the struggle of trying to crucify the flesh and walk in the Spirit. The Spirit longs to do right, to serve God and others, and become the best version of myself that I can be, never shying away from responsibilities or challenges that come with the pursuit of true purpose in life. The Spirit understands that this is a difficult journey, and one that, done without God guiding its steps, will only lead to the same place that the flesh does, which is disappointment. The flesh literally the flesh hates to try literally anything that doesn't give immediate satisfaction. Don't pick school back up. That degree is worthless anyway. Don't put effort into enjoying your job or your jobs. Everyone around you hates that place or those places anyway. Don't try anything new. Someone else is already the best at it, or they're already better than you at it. Did you just whip your ears around again, Kaya? That's okay. Go lay down. I'm sorry. Go lay down. Oh man, I was on a roll too. What was I talking about? Don't try anything new. Someone else is already the best at it. Someone else will always outwork you. Someone else wants it more than you do. You don't deserve it. Just put up with the bare minimum that you can in life, and numb every thought that tries to reach outside of what's easily accessible. I mean, you can't guarantee that the work you put in is going to lead where you want to go anyway, right? So why even try at all? Why even try at all? The verse paints a picture of the soul that witnesses both sides, watches and argues with each of them to determine the best course of action for how to move forward instead of remain stuck in a state of paralysis. I don't want to give in to the flesh, but it's so hard to remain devoted to the Spirit. Even though I know that the flesh is going to lead me back to where I've already been in life, the pull to go back there is just as strong today as it was in the past. And no matter how strong the spirit gets, the flesh is always there to prod, pry, and poke holes in the logic the spirit claims to be truth. Another interpretation I find when reading this and putting this together is that the verse addresses the growing anxiety I feel the longer we go without talking. This could fit with either the mysterious partner narrative or, again, the God narrative. The longer I spend on my own, the more susceptible I am to thoughts that you've forgotten me, that you've replaced me, or that you don't even think about me. The bits and pieces of information I get from what's being showcased in the words I hear you say or the work I see you doing in other people's lives, it means something different to me depending on what I've been thinking about or going through the days leading up to those updates. I begin to lose faith in the idea I have of where the two of us are at, when the person I see with my eyes doesn't line up with the picture I have of them in my head. But what do I really know about you other than the experiences we've either shared together or that you've told me about in your past? The pre-chorus is a prelude to the chorus after it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Socrates himself.
Which is like, duh, yes, thanks for the definition of pre-chorus. But the idea that I know the being, whether God or significant other in my life, has a lot going on. And when I put myself in their shoes and reflect back on what it is that I'm trying to say or talk about with them, it just amplifies the insignificance of my issues. Yes, I know that I have value. Yes, I know that there's love between this being and myself. And yes, I know that they want to talk to me about it, about whatever. But due to the distance between the two of us that I've derived from my own perspective, it makes me feel like what goes on in my head and in my heart is just pointless noise. There's so much I want to talk to you about, so much I want to discuss for hours on end, but there never feels like there's enough time. So it would be easier to just put these feelings into something like music or, work or something else, instead of admitting that this feeling of distance and tension is the primary cause for the apprehension. Don't you see me? Aren't you there whenever I need someone near me, someone who's been thinking about me? It's a question I already know the answer to. I know that you do. I know that you've claimed to be the one that I can turn to when I need you. So why is this so hard? Now that I've been waking up and nothing is the same, I've been carrying the feeling of I am the one to blame. Like, I am to feel ashamed for the profit and the gain when I'm purging who I used to be with who is new again. This one's multifaceted for me. On one hand, when speaking to God, it feels like this is all my fault. He's not the one that moves. I'm the one that moves away from him. I'm the one who continues to hurt the relationship that he's been telling me he wants to have with me so badly, but I keep putting other things like people, purpose, and pride between the two of us. There's a part of me that feels like maybe I run away from him intentionally. All my years of going through school that never left his name out of the textbooks, all my trips to Christian camps and bonfires where I would stand beside classmates giving testimonies of,
I'm gonna take this seriously now.
just to fall back into the same routines not even a week after. After all that I thought I used to know about who God is and what he's done for me, how could I find myself in this prison of self-doubt and confusion about his reliability? Even worse, how could I only now, in the past year or so, feel like I truly understand who he is? How did I miss it back then? It feels too good to be true. It feels like a part of me must have known this truth in the past and must have come to the conclusion that if I wanted the best out of my life, I would have to throw myself into the mentality of the world around me, run as far away as I could from God, just to be rewarded with more in the end for having an 180-degree turn as I see it now. And while it's more probable that this wasn't some grand scheme that I hatched from my youth in an attempt to game the system with God, the thought that I could have done that even subconsciously is sickening to me. This peace that I have now doesn't feel like something I deserve. After all, especially after all that I've done to run away from its source. I shouldn't be profiting off of the pain that I caused to myself, those around me, and more importantly to the one who created me, just because now I think I've finally figured it out. There has to be a catch. I haven't suffered enough to enjoy life the way that I find myself doing sometimes. And I guess that goes hand in hand with the other interpretation I had for this, which is one of sorrow for becoming better after someone leaves. When you're in a relationship, you do the best that you can to encourage and uplift your partner, squashing as much doubt as you can that comes from their mouths and actions regarding their perspective on themselves, in an attempt to get them to see in the mirror the person that you see when looking at them. And, you do that, and ideally they do that for you, right? And if that person leaves and you get better, who deserves to enjoy that better version of yourself more than the one who loved you at your worst? Who deserves to see this better you more than the one who sat with you in the darkness? It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel fair. It does feel like something, again, that can't just be a me thing. Like, it does feel like something someone else who's out there listening or watching this commentary can relate to. And all this back and forth with you has never left me here alone. So maybe if I tell myself I'm chilling when I'm getting home, I'll finally believe it instead of watching close to higher thrones. I'll finally believe it when I hear it from a softened tone. Even in the midst of all this heartache, lamenting over the fact that while things are great now, they aren't how I want them to be. Because I've been in communication to some degree with the one on the other end of this phone call, I find myself grateful in an odd way. For to be completely alone in this headspace and rely solely on the thoughts that come into my own head, instead of having the voice of the one that means so much to me, like, readily available, it feels like it would be far worse than whatever this battle or this weirdness turns into, as long as we're in this together. Maybe one of these times that I tell myself I actually am okay, I'll actually believe it. And not out of doubt, not out of cope, not from a thunderous voice amidst a raging storm, but by a small whisper on the edge of the wind as it blows through my hair on a warm day. To conclude the verse, I decide to move forward. Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, it doesn't make sense to others I try to explain it to, at least not fully, but that doesn't matter, man. This is the path that I've chosen. This is who I want to be. I've got things I want to accomplish, and whether or not that picture ends up looking like how it's being drawn in my head, I'd rather put something down before the clock runs out than be left with an empty page at the end, whenever life's all over. It's never been about the money or the respect of those around me anyway. It's always been about providing an example of who is really the best. And that best isn't me. It's who I try to be. It's not even really a who, it's a why that I try to be. Always about striving to show that love in any form is greater than pride, hatred, or selfishness. Good's always better than bad, essentially. I'll never do the perfect job at that, but I'll always be striving to figure out what that is. Even if I wind up not being anywhere close, at the very least, it's better than not trying at all. Yeah. So that's Collect Call. It's a really good tune. I love it. And I hope you're still able to enjoy it after hearing me ramble on for however long it's been, I've been talking for. But, yeah. And I'd like to say that this is as dense as the commentary series are going to get, but I feel like the next video is going to be just as, if not more, in-depth than it appears on the surface. But I guess we'll find out together, because I haven't recorded that one yet. I did write it. I've got the script, and I got the idea. But I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna come out. I don't know how it's gonna look. But aren't you excited? Because boy, am I excited. No, I don't know. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for giving me the space to just nerd out and talk out about what I'm doing. It's really cool. I really appreciate that. Hope you're doing all right. Hope you got something out of this. And I'll see you tomorrow. I can't stop smiling now. I love you.